What is up, Spartans? Batman here to keep you updated with everything Halo. And today, we're going over the latest Halo Insider Edition. Let's jump in. So first up, they do confirm once again that the release date is going to be December 8th, 2021. And they show off again the Season 1 cinematic intro for the Halo Infinite multiplayer, which I will be providing in the link below. And it just gives us a little bit more backstory on Spartan Commander Agrina. They also go over a tech preview review, and they go over some of the information, overall just stats, really. So it shows that the first tech preview, /flight/beta, launched on July 29th and lasted until August 2nd. Over 519,914 hours were spent in multiplayer alone, with a total of 1,346,687 total bot and 4v4 matches. As far as weapon drills go, 44,953 hours were spent in weapon drills for a total of 2,868,678 total weapon drills completed. Now, some of the things they did mention that are going to be updated in the future, things like radar is going to be updated more in line with what players expect. Medals are going to be updated in the future. They didn't go into too much detail, though it sounds like it's more of the visual aspect, which is a good thing in my opinion. Some of the voiceover systems, such as teammate AI and your own personal AI, are going to be tweaked a little bit. Being able to preview the voices for your AI in the AI selection screen is going to be included in the future, which is also something that is much needed. They're going to be updating drills. They said for weapon drills, they've already added and adjusted a few items which should improve the experience for everyone, specifically with ranges, and introduce new target behaviors. And so be on the lookout for those in the future, specifically with the bots and how they react to you in the weapon drills. Some of the team from 343 Industries was asked, when approaching Halo Infinite's multiplayer, what were some of your most crucial design pillars? And they said there were 3 multiplayer-wide pillars we established early in development that still hold really true to what we are today. The player Spartan is Halo canon. We want players to feel invested in their Spartans, and part of that is making them be a part of the bigger Halo universe. This led to the world wanting to feel more grounded to reduce gaminess without compromising gameplay. Now, I think this is a great idea, and it's actually something that I thought they were going to be doing for some time. I believe that because this game is becoming a live service, it's not just going to be multiplayer. I do think that over time, if we're going to be having this game for years and years to come, that there's going to be PvE content introduced as well. I could see us very easily having missions alongside Master Chief as he has his AI and we are our own Spartans with our own AI working together to do a mission, which would be super cool because we've never had an experience where we, as our own Spartans, got to fight alongside Master Chief, and I think that's something that will be coming in the future. So I think the player Spartan is Halo canon. I think that's part of that. They also said extensibility at the core, modes, systems, and everything we built for Infinite to be modular and expandable over the lifespan of the game. This enables us to recontextualize parts of one game mode quickly to stand up new mode prototypes for future seasons. The long-term benefit is this also helps us extend this beyond our internal team and into our community development tools by exposing these various components through Forge and custom game settings to empower the community to build more content that feels more real alongside things built by our team at 343. I think that's a really cool thing, specifically when they're talking about Forge. It's because a lot of times with Forge maps, they feel like it's very clear that they're Forge maps and they're not real maps. So it sounds like they're going to be trying to give us a lot more features to make the maps feel like if you wanted to remake a certain map with ice themes or a certain map that looks very similar to a remake, for example, that they're going to give you those options, specifically with things like, say, Midship from Halo 2, that you can maybe have Covenant style pieces that you can put on your map. And the third one is always onboarding. Playing online is intimidating for many and difficult to master. It was important for us to develop an evergreen on-ramp of features into online play that we refer to the Academy. Starting with the tutorial, players start their journey, joining the ranks as a Halo Spartan to learn the basic mechanics. Through additional features like weapon drills, training mode, and the Players vs. Bot playlist, players always have fun and safe ways to practice and explore Infinite before they're ready to jump in boot first into matchmaking. And they did mention that the design pillars are different based on 2 big experiences, Arena, which is 4v4, and Big Team Battle, which is confirmed to be 12v12. And they said that they created different pillars for these because they felt that they had design goals based on players' expectations. So they're going to focus on Arena in this blog, and they'll save Big Team Battle for another time. So the design pillars for Arena are: fair starts. Players start the match as equals with balanced gameplay mechanics. The lone wolf survives, but the pack thrives. Players can achieve individually through skill expression, but the team with better coordination, communication, and reactivity will seize the most victories. Mastery equals mechanical depth and tactical decision making. A match with two teams of equal skill should be determined by the team's tactical decision making, as the game mode state is altered by player action. Game mode clarity. The modes in Halo Infinite's Arena communicate their game states efficiently and urgently to bolster the tactical decision making required for players' path to mastery over the Arena experience. Powers earned and impermanent. Scavenging pushes teams to contest the acquisition of items within the Halo sandbox. Any item that can be earned can also be taken away through combat resolution, positioning, and tactical actions. One of the things they did also mention in this Inside Infinite was that bots in the future are going to be updated to be more realistic. So I guess some of the things that they noticed was that all 4 bots would start moving together towards a power weapon, when most teams it's usually one guy getting a power weapon or 2 people, and then everyone else is doing their thing. So they're finding ways to make that more realistic, to where maybe 1 or 2 bots are going to go cover for a power up, and the other, not everyone's going to jump on it at once. I'm excited to see how they make that work. Maybe it's whoever's closest, like certain rules. And then at the end, they leave us with something from Joseph Staten, the head of creative for Halo Infinite. And he says, "I'm currently streaking through the lower stratosphere on a late night flight back to Seattle from Los Angeles, having just finished representing the great work of the whole Halo Infinite team on the Gamescom opening night live broadcast. It feels terrific to finally reveal our launch date, and we hope you enjoyed meeting Commander Agrina, who you'll be getting to know much better as we start unspooling the season-to-season story of Halo Infinite multiplayer. Before boarding my flight, I had the chance to read some of the commentary online, and I definitely hear the disappointment about not seeing campaign gameplay on the broadcast. So I want to take this opportunity to 1, shed light on why we chose not to show campaign right now, and 2, assuage your concerns about where campaign is at this point in the production process. As I mentioned in last week's development update, the whole Halo Infinite team is in shutdown mode. This means we're done with feature work and focused on crushing high priority bugs. We're spending lots of time playing the game, verifying fixes, and generally doing all we can to ensure campaign and multiplayer plays great on all platforms, from an original 8-year-old Xbox One to a brand new ultra-spec PC. This is a very challenging task, even for a large and experienced team. In many ways, shutting down a game is like being on a final approach to landing an airplane. And if you'll forgive a bit of aviation geekery, the entirety of the team is essentially in a sterile cockpit, which is to say we're at a critical phase in the flight that is Halo Infinite, so it's extremely important to avoid distractions and stay focused on mission-critical tasks only. For campaign, that means putting maximum effort into ensuring the wide-open, adventure-filled experience you'll all get to play on December 8th is as great as it can possibly be. And gameplay demos and trailers not only take a huge amount of effort to do well, they also take cycles away from bugs and other shutdown tasks. I would like to share, however, that right before I left for Los Angeles, I had to pause a full playthrough of campaign that I started late last week. I'm going for a 100% run, which means completing all primary and secondary missions, finding all collectibles, etc. I've played Infinite's campaign multiple times, but every time I do, I always find something new tucked away on Zeta Halo. Sometimes these are quiet little bits of environmental storytelling, such as an abandoned but desperately defended Marine recon post high on a lonely mountainside. Fortunately, the Banished missed the fully loaded S7 sniper rifle that the Marines left behind. Sometimes these are combat encounters with deviously polished scripting. For example, a UNSC forward operating base that seemed abandoned until I heard the laughter and taunts of multiple energy sword-wielding and cloaked elites as I stumbled into their trap. I hope all of you take comfort from the fact that honestly I can't wait to go back home, fire up the build, and hit continue on the campaign. No matter how many times I play, Halo Infinite remains fundamentally super fun to play, and we're very eager to share all the fun with you through captured gameplay, trailers, and other content once we get this plane safely on the ground. But for now, it's focus time in the cockpit as we stick the landing. Please keep those seatbelts fastened, and thank you for your patience and support. Joseph Staten, head of creative for Halo Infinite. All this is great news in general. Hearing things that they're updating things such as the radar and the medals and the bots means that they're not done. And this is a live service, so this is a game that will never truly be done because they're going to constantly be adding season to season. But I think it's great that they came out here, gave us a look at how the technical preview went, and what things they're working on right now. And that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching TST Gaming, and until next time, just play.